I think you learn a lot more about Lucy and Hauser in this next one. You learn more about their history and their past.
And we get a big reveal about one of the things that we didn't know, that even though everybody else around us seemed to know, we then discover, and it's kind of, you get that moment.
So we're getting a lot of insight into Tommy, it seems, in the season finale.
Sure.
How does this change your characters? I mean, you know, Doc is the expert of Alcatraz, and yet he's going to learn some stuff about Tommy he doesn't know.
Right.
Obviously, with your family as well. How does this change your characters going forward with the season 2?
Ooh, well,
oh man,
it's going to change in a lot of ways.
Yeah, she's going to change an incredible amount.
Yeah.
In a general way of speaking about it. But as far as Doc, I think his big thing is that he can only go through so many things that he thinks are true and finding out that they're not true after everything that he studied about Alcatraz. And it can only be like, you know, all these people are dead, to find out they're not dead, and all these kind of things. That can only happen so many times before he kind of like starts just, okay, let me guess. This guy's back and he's alive and he's doing whatever. And you kind of start seeing that kind of change in him. And he starts to, has a little moment where he kind of has to kind of like, you know, take his own kind of charge and take the lead himself about what he thinks is the thing that's right to do in a situation. I guess you get that.
How much insight are we getting into them in the past in the last couple episodes?
I think you're going to see a little bit. I think you're going to see a little bit more. You're going to see them. I don't know if this is a spoiler alert or not. It sort of drives me crazy with this spoiler
Let's just say
stuff.
it's not.
Let's just say, yeah. Let's just say you do see them. You'll see them outside of the prison situation. So it would be nice to sort of dig into that backstory, and I think the fans, and as well as us, I think it sort of serves the story for everybody, where you'll get some sort of fulfillment of like, how is it that these two came to being? Surely it wasn't just him throwing up over the side of a boat that attracted her. Which was like, I was like, really? He threw up, and now she's like, oh,
he
I
was
love
vulnerable
you.
with her. It was a different size. You don't think of a prison guard as vulnerable.
So, but that was the first time she met him,
yeah.
which I just thought was interesting, that she like, you're attractive, as soon as, right after the spittle coming down his mouth. But anyway.
Okay. How many questions do you think Lucy has at this point? Does she know everything about these secret doors and about what's going on with the blood?
I think from, like, in terms of what the producers have told me and the writers have told me, I think she knows a lot, but I think there's also things that she's also discovering that, you know, she thought she knew quite a bit, and then I was like, wow, I actually didn't know this other stuff that was going on, which is a surprise. And I think some of that you will also see in flashbacks as well.
In the next couple episodes, are we getting a lot of your backstory further into his time spent on the island itself?
There's an awful lot of cast. There's an awful lot of things going on. So, you know, there's only so much you can do in an episode. You notice one time I got kidnapped, so that was the only episode in which I had a lot to do. But will we find out more about Ray? I suppose we will.
Okay.
But I cannot tell you what that is. I don't know anything.
You're also a little bit more in the dark than I think a lot of people assumed at the beginning of the season. So how much in the know are they going into the
season 2?
Yeah.
Oh, they will be more. The audience will be more.
No. Your character specifically. I mean, are there still a lot of questions in their minds as to what's going on above and beyond?
When you go to the fact that we open the door to that room, the warden's room, as it were, and you see what's behind it, that answers a lot of questions. It also opens up a whole lot of other questions, but it certainly answers questions. Some of the questions that people have been asking, so that it becomes quite fulfilling. It's not nobody's going to be denied anything really, but we're not going to give the whole game away because we've got a show to do. You know.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
I know. It's okay.